everyone, welcome to another edition of Sector 5. I'm your host, as always, Cody, the Hangman Heinzman. It's a little late, and I hope to explain here in a few. Reason why this video is coming out a little late. Been busy. Got a job. So, this is why this video is coming out late. But, as you notice, I have the Sector 5 Championship with me. You may be wondering, why do I have the Sector 5 Championship with me? Well, because this is the pay-per-view predictions for Night of Champions, and the Sector 5 Championship doesn't want to cooperate. Anyways, Night of Champions predictions. So, as I fix the title, let's get started with the pre-show. We have Stardust and the Ascension versus Adrian Neville and the Lucha Dragons. Honestly, I believe that Stardust and the Ascension's gonna win, solely because the fact that my iPad fell. Solely because of the give me win that Adrian Neville and Stephen Amell was given at SummerSlam. That was the last pay-per-view, right? SummerSlam? Yes, SummerSlam. That's why I think Ascension and Stardust are going to win. Next up on the card, as always, I'm going down the list. Non-title matches, then title match. Talking about. So, next up we have Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler. Honestly, because of what's going on, I honestly think Dolph Ziggler's going to take the win this time. After the double countout that we had at SummerSlam. Ziggler's going in there. Summer Rae may get involved, but I think Dolph Ziggler's going to take the win. Next up, the last match that is not title match. We have a 6-man tag team contest. We have the Wyatt family taking on Dean Ambrouse, Roman Reigns, and a third person that we do not know. Who do I think the third person is going to be? Most people probably think the same thing I'm thinking. Eric Rowan's making his return at Night of Champions and tagging with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. That'd be pretty cool. Honestly, I could not think of anyone else that would tag up with the Shield currently that would has any animosity against the Wyatt family. Maybe a surprise return of Daniel Bryan. That would be interesting as well. But I more or less think it's going to be Eric Rowan. So, with all those matches that are not title matches out of the way, let's go with all the titles that are being defended, which are all of them. So, if the Sector 5 Championship would just cooperate with me just a little bit, that would be nice. So, we have the first title match that I have wrote down. We have the New Day going against the Duddly Boys for the Unified WWE Tag Team Championship. I honestly think the Duddly Boys are going to take it. Mainly because of the Duddly Boys. It will be their 10-time championship. I honestly think that the Dudleys are going to win it. And after the match, we're going to hear Dave on Get the Tables! And they are going to put someone from the New Day through the tables. And that will be awesome. Still, I hate the fact that I have to be against Kofi Kingston because of him being with New Day, but I cannot get behind New Day. So, you know what? There goes my, support for Kofi. Still support him. Don't support New Day. New Day sucks. Kofi rocks. As always, I'm going to continue to say that. Next up, we have, for the Intercontinental Championship, Ryback versus Kevin Owens. Ryback, the champion, versus Kevin Owens. This is the match that I think is the hardest for me to predict. Not any of these other matches. This one. And I'm just realizing now that I did not say who I thought was going to win against the Wyatt family and Dean Ambrose, so I'm going to back up. I more or less predicted on who I think the third person's going to be with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Either way, I think the Wyatt family is going to win that one. Sorry that I forgot. I am a little rusty with the videos because it's been a while. So this one's going to be a little... You're going to have to bear with me. I am a little scatterbrained as well because it's been a long day. I had to work today. For anyone wondering, haven't started yet, but I'm going to be a cashier at a Walmart. So I'm a little fried because I'm a little out of practice, I guess, with videos and all that. But anyways, let's get back to it. Back to the Intercontinental Championship match. Ryback versus Kevin Owens. Oh, as I said, this is the hardest one. I do not know. I kind of feel like Kevin Owens may win it, but this one is a definite split, and I can't wait to see what happens with it. I don't know. I kind of... I'm okay with Kevin Owens winning it, sort of. I mean, I'm not a big supporter of Kevin Owens. I don't think I ever will. He's one of those guys that I don't think will ever be a face. It will always be a heel. And, I don't know. It's one of those... I'm not one of those people that support heels. It's just, I can't get behind the Kevin Owens character. So, I honestly think Kevin Owens will win it, though. And will probably be our next Intercontinental Champion. As I said, this one's a coin flip. Next up, we have Nikki Bella, the longest reigning Divas Champion, versus Charlotte for the Divas Championship. And Charlotte's going to win. I'm confident that Charlotte's going to take the win. Because of a few things. One, there's no championship advantage anymore. After the stunt that happened on Monday Night Raw, where Brie Bella was the one that got pinned? No. The title will change hands if there's a disqualification, pinfall, submission, count out. No championship advantage. Charlotte is going to win the Divas Championship because Nikki Bella finally broke the record. That's a thing that's happened. Time to hand it over to Charlotte and let her have a run with it and have a rivalry between, PCB and Team Bad. That's where this is all going to go. Eventually PCB will break up. Paige will probably be the... I'm halfway thinking Paige would be the one to break it. Halfway think Becky Lynch, maybe. But anyways, that's not what this is talking about. We're not talking about the breaking of PCB. We're talking about Charlotte versus Nikki Bella. Charlotte's going to win the Divas Championship. Charlotte's going to win the Divas Championship. Woo! Next up, I'm going to put these matches together because they need to be put together. First, for United States Championship, we have John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Then, we also have, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, we have Sting versus Seth Rollins. Again, United Champions, all titles are on the line. Which means Seth Rollins has to defend both the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the United States Championship. Why am I putting these two matches together? One, because Seth Rollins is in both of them. Two, it'd be easier for me to talk about. I honestly think Seth Rollins is going to retain the United States Championship, lose the WWE World Heavyweight Championship to Sting. I really see Sting leaving with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship But I don't think Seth Rollins is going to lose both his titles in one night. Now, the other thing we have to sit and think about is Sheamus, of course. Mr. Money in the Bank. It's also kind of in here in the thought process that because Seth Rollins is in 2 matches, why not make him go for 3? There's a good chance Seth Rollins could potentially retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and Sheamus cashes in. I honestly do not think that Sheamus will cash in if Sting wins, which I more or less think is going to happen. I'm not putting it past that there will be 3 matches with Seth Rollins at Night of Champions, and that Sheamus could be our next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But I'm more leaning towards Sting leaving as WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and Seth Rollins leaving still United States Champion. So, this has been, of course, my pay-per-view predictions. The other thing that I was going to bring up in these predictions, really wasn't going to bring up, but I want to throw it out there as maybe people will think the same thing I am. If Sting leaves as WWE World Heavyweight Champion, could we see a rematch between Sting and Triple H at WrestleMania for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? That's a thing to think about. So, this has been my Night of Champions pay-per-view prediction. Thank you all for, of course, bearing with me, as things will be a little bit different around here. I guess I really don't want to put it here, but I'm going to. Pay-per-view predictions will probably have to be moved to Friday nights. Well, more or less Friday mornings or something. As maybe even Saturday. Basically, with the way schedule works, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think I'm always going to be working a Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday. So, it's looking like I may have to move to maybe Saturday mornings doing pay-per-view predictions. I mean, it might be better if I do that anyways. But things are going to change for the Sector 5 pay-per-view predictions to where I may have to do them on a Saturday, or I'll have to do them Sunday before the pay-per-view. I mean, that might be a little bit better. That might be what I do. I may just move the pay-per-view predictions for a while to Sundays before the pay-per-view. As always, these are live on Periscope now, so people can comment in the section below their thoughts as well, and I can have a kind of a back and forth chat with whoever chimes in. This is why I kind of like the idea of having a live audience, so I can kind of bounce ideas back and forth, what they think, and have a discussion with them. Of course, what you're seeing is on YouTube, and so if you're watching on YouTube, I advise you in the comments below to write your comments on what you think about the pay-per-view, what your predictions are. Even tell me that I'm too jumbled and you don't even know what I said anymore. Again, I apologize for how bad this video kind of sort of is. Need to get back more into doing stuff again. But anyways, that's all I have to say. I will say, I guess here, don't be surprised if there may or may not be a review for... Actually, no, don't be surprised that there will be a review. I will make sure that there's a review. That's another thing. Another reason that there was no review for SummerSlam, and the reason that this is late, is my iPad that I record these on, because this is how I go live on Periscope, was dead, and I didn't have a charger because my charger was fried. So recently I got me a new charger, so now everything should go back to normal, and I'll be able to record, upload, and we'll go from there. So, but then again, speaking of the review, watch for them Monday morning, and that's it. Again, I will reiterate, because this is long, and I'm sorry. Put your comments in the section below on what you think about Night of Champions. And as always, I'm Cody the Hangman Heinzman, and that's just how it is.